guys, this is my tutorial for a Pastel Galaxy Swirl Tumbler. I have already sanded my 24-ounce Plump with an 80 grit sanding block, and now I'm ready to apply some vinyl for my base. We'll be doing several layers to achieve the look I wanted, so bear with me y'all. We're currently doing an inspiration challenge in my Patreon group, and I saw this picture when I was looking for some ideas. I ended up using another inspo picture, but saved this one because I knew I wanted to try to recreate it. Now you may be thinking, Vanessa, the vinyl you're using looks like the picture. Just epoxy that sucker and add some glitter stars and move on. This is true, but if you're one of my Patreon members, you know how I love to take a background and use it as a stepping stone to create something totally new. That and the seam alone would drive me to distraction, so we gotta do something about that. I'll be using the epoxy method to apply my glitter, and because we'll be building up our layers by adding more and more color, I wanted to mute the base colors a little bit. So I mixed Alumilite white epoxy dye and white micas into my epoxy, then I applied my custom glitter mix. This is the same glitter mix we made a few weeks ago when we made our glitter leopard tumblers. I'll be sure to post a link to the video in the upper right hand corner of your screen in case you missed it. If you're wondering why the glitter on the right looks a bit different, it's because it is. It's a custom mix we made in the group, and it may be added to the PDB glitter lineup soon. I was just experimenting with it. Our glitter layer has cured, and now we're ready to add our next layer, which will be adding some alcohol inks to add some depth to our background colors. For the tumbler on the right, I also added Tropical Mermaid to add some teal. You don't have to do this. I was just having fun and experimenting. To finish off this layer, I'm going to be adding some opal micas to add some color shift. You can totally skip this step though. You don't need to do this. I'm just being my usual extra self. Let this layer cure, then seal with another coat of epoxy on top so it's nice and smooth. To smooth my tumbler even more, I lightly sanded with a 220 grit sanding block, and now I'm ready to add more depth of color by adding mica powders. Let this layer cure, then we'll be ready to add our swirls. For our swirls, we're gradually going to be building them in stages. The first being the lightest with the mica powders, then building on those lighter swirls with more opaque swirls with the addition of the white Alumilite dye. To apply, I'll be using my finger as well as my stir stick, but you can do whatever is easiest for you. Let cure, then we'll be ready to add some more sparkle. I sealed my tumbler with one last coat of epoxy and then I was all done. I debated adding a quote or a saying, but in the end decided to leave it alone. It's so pretty as is, but feel free to add anything you like. That's it, guys! Thank you so much for watching my tutorial. A huge thank you to all of my Patreon and channel members. Your support is literally everything. Have fun making your Pastel Galaxy swirl tumblers, and I'll see you again next time. Bye!